What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. That way you can get updates on all of my videos and ring that notification bell so you can keep up with all of the information that is going on YouTube on my channel. Okay, so I'm Mo. I'm a long-time real estate agent and real estate investor, and I just want to give you guys a few tips on how you can prepare for this so-called housing market crash, or whatever the news and the blogs are saying that's going to happen. Okay, now me personally, I don't feel like the market is going to crash. This is just my personal opinion. Take it for a grain of salt. Okay, but I was around during that 2008 housing market crash. I was actually selling houses at that time. I'm a real estate agent, and I was selling at that time. And the difference between then and now is pretty much the loans. Okay, so the loans that they were giving out back in 2008 was totally different than the loans that they're giving out now. All right, and so that's something to take into consideration. A lot of people then had bad loans. Now, if you look at it now, 2023, there are people with loans with 2% interest rates. You know, people who got loans, 3-4 years ago, they have 2% interest rate, 3% interest rates. And now people who are purchasing houses today are getting interest rates at 7%. Okay, so let's talk about that moving forward. All right, so if you are getting a VA loan, USDA, FHA, conventional, just that the interest rates are going to be high. Okay, but now you can buy those interest rates down, but it's going to cost a fee. And that's why it's good to always have the money set up, have your money saved so you can purchase a home. You have to put yourself in position and be prepared to buy a home, okay? It is a process, and the process is not always easy, all right? So if you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking at all the homes on the market and it's very expensive, well, look at it like this, okay? Is rent expensive? All right. So really come down to where you're located. All right. So I know here in the South and pretty much all over across the United States, housing prices have increased. Okay. So if you think about it, rent has increased as well. And so that's one of those things that you got to pretty much weigh out the pros and cons. All right. Because in 2024, I feel like it's going to be like a rat race. It's gonna be like rats chasing cheese, because right now is the perfect time to buy, in my opinion. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel like it's the perfect time to buy. It's because if you go and put an offer on a home right now, I can almost assure you that there's not a lot of offers on that home that you're interested in. And then let's talk about how you can buy down the interest rate. Not only can you buy down the interest rate, but you can also sign up for a 40-year mortgage. Okay. And I know sometimes what that does is that scares people. But what you have to look at is this is an investment. Okay. So you have to look at to stay into that home for the next 5 to 10 years. Okay. Or I say 5 to 7 years. All right. Don't look at it as if you're staying in the home forever, okay? Because that's not the case, all right? Or it may be for some people, all right? But if you look at it as if you're going to stay in the home forever, then that's when it becomes a problem. And then you start thinking like 30, 40 years. But as I explained it before in some of my videos, I would never buy a home to live in it for 30 or 40 years. A home is an investment. And you utilize that investment to get ahead. You utilize that equity to go out and invest in more real estate. And this is how you build wealth for yourself, okay? This is how you leave something behind for your kids. You also, in the process, you teach your kids. And as your kids learn about real estate, then they will be better off, okay? So don't be afraid of the blogs. Don't be afraid of all of the information that you see out online, because a lot of this stuff is just clickbait, all right? If you're going to buy a home today, go ahead and purchase the home. and look to live in it for the next 5 to 7 years. Get your payments where you're comfortable with. Save up. Have a emergency fund, because if you have an emergency fund and you buy the home, something happens, well, then you got something to fall back on to fix the repairs or anything that needs to be done in the house. Okay, so that's just something to think about. I just wanted to kind of shed light on that, because I know a lot of people are afraid, or a lot of people are just kind of listening to what they hear other people are saying. But that's just something to think about. And just also too, work on your credit, work on your financial situation, work on the things that you can control. All right, and don't sabotage it, because a lot of people do sabotage the situation. Don't and my coach always used to tell me, you know, I used to return kicks in football, and he always say, hey, you know, you think long, you think wrong. All right, so I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Okay, you think long, you think wrong. All right, so make the best investment for you and your family. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace out.